predictions for the next 5 years, seeing as there's the Agenda 2030. It's not as if I believe that this is going to help anybody in the end. I just want to share my thoughts about what's going on right now. It's clear that we are heading into this one direction. The predictions themselves are more so just for fun. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen, whenever it's going to happen. The first one could easily happen in the next 5 years. The second one, maybe more so in the next decades, but both are still possible in the next 5 years. My first prediction is that they are going to ban meat, more so restrict all animal products, and that's because once the animals are gone, obviously the dairy and the eggs will also be gone. As you can see, they are telling you that meat is bad for the climate because the climate is changing. It's also bad for your health. There's cholesterol in meat. Your cells are made out of cholesterol, but that doesn't matter. As long as you eat meat, you're eating something that's bad for you, which is already inside of you, meaning that you are bad for yourself.
Dude, this guy is such a fucking insane dumbass. Like, outrageously fucking stupid.
Remember the...
It doesn't make any sense, obviously, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so let's see. We are made out of carbon. Gasoline is made out of carbon. Therefore, we are gasoline, and eating gasoline is good for you because we're both made out of carbon. So if anybody tells you you shouldn't drink gasoline, they're basically telling you you shouldn't drink yourself. Just retarded.
Ridiculous. This is already in the back of your mind, and once they will come out with their plan to eliminate these animals, most people will agree to that because of what I just mentioned. And of course, there's also another reason, and now we get to my prediction. They, of course, created Corona because of obvious reasons. I already made videos about it, and now people are sick of what happened. They don't want it to happen again. You had the lockdowns, all kinds of restrictions. You couldn't enjoy your life as much as you can as a slave. And then, of course, you had the vaccines, and who even trusts them anymore? And they know this, which is why I believe that the main reason Corona was created, which was all in your head, of course, is because the end goal is to kill millions of animals. That was actually the whole purpose of it. And what they will do is come out with another pandemic. Bill Gates and all of those fuckers talked about another pandemic. Maybe it will be something else. Some kind of disease, some kind of reason to kill millions of animals. Maybe some bacteria, virus. They will come up with...
Bacteria and viruses are two different things. There's no such thing as a bacteria virus.
Something, and then they will say, it's about to all start again. Lockdowns, vaccines, and as I said, they know that people wouldn't accept it anymore, which is why they will say, oh wait, the animals actually are the ones that are really sick. As long as we kill millions of animals, the cows, sheep, chickens, you guys actually don't need to get vaccinated. There won't be a lockdown as long as you agree to this. And seeing as I said, people already have this in the back of their heads. Meat is kind of bad for you anyway, especially red meat. Fuck it. I don't want this to happen again. Let's agree to it. Kill off all of the animals. I really believe that the end goal of all of this is to kill the animals. And this is exactly why they created all of the fake milk products, fake cheeses, the fake eggs even, and of course the fake meat. You've got the Impossible Burgers, Beyond Meat, lab-grown meat, which is coming out right now. And then of course you have the insect burgers and the insect powders, worms, grasshoppers, which are put into your bread. And everywhere you can imagine. They are getting you used to it. That's why in kindergartens right now, in Europe at least, probably in a lot of other countries also, to me, the European Union is one big country, they teach the children that worms are your future. That's what you're gonna eat. And people don't eat insects voluntarily. They used to do that when there was famine. Most of them are toxic for us. Some of them are edible. But again, you would only do that if there was no other food. And
This is the guy who says we should eat a natural diet. The idea that early hominids would be opposed to eating insects is just retarded. So, no, eating insects would be natural under his worldview. No particular reason why insects bad, meat good. They are animals. So that seems to be in conflict with his naturalism kind of viewpoint.
Once the animal products will be for the most part gone, then that will be exactly the case. So that's why they created all of these commercials showing family shopping on Christmas. And then the mother says, yeah, we can buy the turkey once a year. It's time, guys, we can eat meat because it's going to be so rare and so expensive. This is simply them programming you to accept it in the future. This is going to happen. It just depends when. And because of the Agenda 2030, I'm predicting that something big is going to happen in the next 5 years to restrict animal products pretty severely. There's going to be a lot less, and they're going to be a lot more expensive, which is why they will tell you to use the alternatives, even though there are no alternatives to animal products. That's the first one. The second one is about the upcoming possible wars, specifically about Israel versus the Muslims. Maybe you have heard about this quote from Albert Pike. It was this high-ranking Freemason. There's no proof that this letter that he sent is actually real, but he said, and this was ages ago, before Israel was even created, and Israel is only not even 80 years old, that...
Oh shit, is he talking about the international Jew thing?
Israel and the Muslim countries, and of course that includes the allies of Israel, the European Union, the US, they will all fight the Muslims and they will mutually destroy each other. And before I talk about my prediction, I need to sum up why they even created Israel. What's even going on with this whole war right now?
That idea is retarded. Isn't it the case the only Muslim country that has nuclear weapons is Pakistan? Does any other Muslim country have nukes? I don't think so, because Iraq doesn't have nukes, Iran doesn't have nukes, even though they're trying to develop them. Afghanistan sure as hell doesn't have nukes. I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia doesn't have nukes. It's just Pakistan, right?
Israel was created by the same people who created the US, the Freemasons and other secret societies. It's the same people behind the European Union also. And the reason they created it is to start this war. That's the whole purpose. That's why Albert Pike said that they will mutually destroy each other, because Israel is also supposed to be destroyed. It's pretty interesting because you've got these Ashkenazi Jews, for the most part, who moved there. They don't even belong there.
Most Jews in Israel are not Ashkenazi Jews.
That's why DNA tests are restricted in Israel. They're not banned.
DNA tests are restricted in Israel due to medical privacy laws. Those same medical privacy laws exist in most countries. Canada has the same laws. Europe has the same laws. The UK has the same laws. So it's due to medical privacy. You can't just get somebody's DNA and get a test done. You have to get some kind of permission from the actual party.
But it's very hard to do them. There have been people who have done them, who believe that they belong there, and then they found out.
It is not hard to get DNA tests. So 23andMe is one of the tests you can get. Anybody can order these tests and get them done. It's just medical privacy prevents you from taking somebody else's DNA and getting it tested. You can test your own DNA just fine.
that DNA-wise, they come from Europe, of course. It's these people who mostly simply follow the religion of Judaism, but they are mostly European. Also a lot of hybrids. Yeah, there's a lot of mixtures of Arabs. The point is that most people who live in Israel right now don't belong there. You can argue about the other ones. I'm not here to do that. That's why the real Jews don't even support Israel or what's going on there, especially because they're killing off.
There's only a small cult of Jews that do not support Israel, and I think worldwide there's only like 200 members or something.
The Palestinians, and bloodline-wise, those are the closest ones to the holy people and to Jesus. They are, of course, going to attack other parts of Palestine eventually, and most likely also other countries. They already did, actually, Lebanon, as an example, and really through ISIS, which is just the Israeli secret intelligence service, they attacked lots of other Muslim countries. And nobody ever wonders why Israel's never attacked. Yes, ISIS.
Israel is attacked all the time, constantly. What the fuck is he talking about?
A Muslim terrorist organization only attacks other Muslims, but never the actual enemy. And people are just so fucking dumb. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're telling me, buddy. What an idiot.
The point is simply that they created this country because they want these people to believe that they are the chosen ones. And they, of course, don't want to realize where they actually come from. They simply drilled it into their heads. The rest are animals. We should deceive them, act as if you're Christian, even though if you go to Israel, you're gonna be covered in spit. They're gonna throw shit at you, literally, because they hate Christians so much. But then
totally false.
The Drum family acts as if they are Christian, although not even really. They kind of already admit that they are Jews, but still they kind of...
This can't be real. This weight loss doctor is going...
about Jesus, even though the Jews believe that Jesus is in hell, boiling in shit. Why not tell that to the American Christian population? No, that they don't want to say. Then you have all of these idiots.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's a common belief for Jews to believe in hell. I know like the first Israeli tribes believed in Sheol, and Sheol was not hell. It was just the afterlife. They didn't even have a concept of like divine judgment. So I do know some Jews who are practicing who don't believe in hell. I'm not even sure if they believe in hell.
It's worshipping these people, talking about Israel as if it's this great holy place. Yeah, just go to Israel as a Christian. You're gonna see they hate you more than they hate the Muslims, from what it seems like. Both sides hate each other a lot. My point is simply that they on purpose created this population which is supposed to be hated. You're supposed to hate Israel, and the other side is supposed to hate the Muslims. This is all on purpose because in the end they want to cause a huge war. And my prediction is that eventually, once people get really sick, it's just going to get worse and worse. Israel, on purpose, more so the people who control Israel, are going to attack a very holy place of the Muslims. My guess is the mosque in Jerusalem, what was it called? Al-Aqsa? Something like that. You know which one I mean. And it's of course also possible that Mecca would be attacked, but I don't think so. Distance-wise, it doesn't make much sense, and that would cause World War III on the same day, because everybody would be way too pissed off. But the mosque in Jerusalem would also cause it, I believe. It would be too much. And of course, one side believes that this land belongs to them, the other side believes that it belongs to them, and they created this country not even 80 years ago because they want these people to want to create the Holy Land, Zion, Great Israel, and then take over Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, obviously. That's happening already. That's why I said it could still take decades, because it could be a very slow process. You've got parts of Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. They want these people to believe that they are above everybody else, and they want them to try to create this huge Israel. That's the whole purpose why it was created. But you got
Again, Israel's...
these people in the end are victims themselves.
Yeah, so if you look at Israel's foreign policy decisions over the last, 80 years, they've never tried to expand, so this is just retarded.
It's the gay capital of the earth. It used to be the vegan capital. I don't know if it still is. And this population is not doing good. This population is probably the most brainwashed population on this earth. They believe that they are the chosen and
Yeah, right. Israel's the most brainwashed population on Earth, not fucking North Korea.
the best ones on this earth. And as you can see in reality, they're the most mind-controlled, weakest, brainwashed people you have on this earth. And all of this being said, still, when you have such a mindset that you're that superior to other people, it's gonna trigger a lot of people. That's the whole problem. When you have such supremacy going on in your own country, eventually it's gonna explode, literally in this case, because you can't go through life. You can't live like this. Right now, most people are not aware of their mindset. And these are people...
Yeah, there's no such thing as like Muslim supremacy where they consider everyone outside of Islam to be an infidel or a kafir, right?
Who don't even belong there, but they believe that they own all of the land. It's all done on purpose. This whole thing is going exactly by plan, and it's working perfectly. Both sides hate each other. The hate is going to get even worse. And like I said, it's going to explode, literally, in the end. Anyway, my two predictions are, firstly, they are going to restrict meat very heavily. And again, that includes all animal products, because if the animal...
All right, well, that was very nice and stupid.